Hello everyone, my name is ZCRGator and welcome back to Tier List Tuesday. Today's tier list is all about fast food. Whether you like it or you don't like it, I do not care. I will be ranking it today. So with that being said, if you end up enjoying today's video, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, and a comment down below. Do you have a favorite fast food restaurant? If so, let me know down below in the comments. With that being said, I think we should just get right into it. I feel like the tier list is very self-explanatory. It's just a normal S through D tier list with an extra tier I added for the fast food places I have never been to. So with that being said, let's kick things off. And unfortunately, it looks like we are kicking things off with absolute peak. And by peak, I mean absolute garbage. I am not a fan of Arby's whatsoever. Do not like me some Arby's, I tell you what. We have the meats, you can keep the meats. With that being said, let's move on to Burger King. I kind of had a soft spot for the King back in the day. But that's when it used to have somewhat of quality. Now, I've maybe been to Burger King twice in the last 5 years, and both times I went to Burger King, there's only about 3 people in line. It still took about 20 minutes to get my food, which I was a little shocked with. It took about 7 minutes per person that got up to the window to get their food, and I only went because I had to try the chicken sandwich. It just came out, and the chicken sandwich was pretty mid. So it's kind of sad I waited 7 minutes just for a singular chicken sandwich. With that being said, I don't know. Burger King just kind of, the past 6 to 7 years, I feel like it really went down in quality. And then I just really stopped eating it for the past 4 or 5 years. So, you're not quite Arby's, but you get to join Arby's in that tier. I might just create an entirely new tier just for Arby's and Arby's alone, because I feel like it kind of earns that. So, up next, we got Little Caesars, and it do be cheap pizza. The pizza's alright. I'm still going to put it in C. The fact that it's cheap, I think, helps it. It's just, I'd prefer Domino's or Papa John's. So, sorry, Little Caesars. You got the cheap thing going for you. You got the NFL sponsorship going for you. That's pretty cool. You got Matthew Stafford eating your pizza. So, I don't know why I specifically stated Matthew Stafford. There's other NFL players, but anyways, let's go to Carl's Jr. and or Hardee's, depending on your location. I've never had Carl's Jr. and or Hardee's, so I would not know. I'm sure it is probably perfectly fine. I would imagine it's probably a B tier, but I'm just gonna put it right here. Up next, we have Chick-fil-A, and to be honest, I know some people live by the Chick-fil-A. They die by the Chick-fil-A. I don't. I think it's a little overrated. I think it is just a perfectly fine chicken sandwich. I think it is suitable enough for a B tier. But I don't know. Chick-fil-A, I don't really like their views, so I'm going to put them in C tier for now. Just saying. Chick-fil-A is a little out there. With that being said, let's move on, and we're going to go to Chipotle. I've only ever had Chipotle once, and you know what? It was pretty fine. I prefer a Moe's, and what is the other place that I prefer over? There's a place called Hot Heads. I prefer that over Chipotle, but Chipotle's pretty fine, I actually don't mind it. I think it's pretty alright. So, up next, we got Domino's. Domino's is pretty fine, too. It's an okay pizza. You got that $7.99 large one topping deal. It's a pretty good deal, It's good stuff. Up next, you got Dairy Queen. I only ever go for ice cream. If we were deciding Dairy Queen based off of their food and not the ice cream, it would probably be in D tier. But because we're doing it with everything on the menu, the ice cream aspect alone, I think, makes it an S tier because it got good ice cream. I cannot argue with that, And Five Guys, who's up next, I would put them in S tier if it didn't cost me $20 for a burger, fries, and a drink. The last time I went to a Five Guys, I guess it's been a year and a half since I've been to a Five Guys, but I paid for a burger and a drink, and it cost me $17.50. And I said, "Why did this cost $17.50? That is too much." It was a great burger, by the way. It was a fantastic burger. I was having a iffy day that day. I was waiting a little too long for stuff. It's a story for another day. But the burger was great. I hated that I paid $17.50 for it. So because of that, you have to go in the B tier because you would be in the S tier for how good it is. But it just costs too much. I never go to Five Guys because it's just too pricey. Now, if I got the money, sure, but I don't have the money like that. So you gotta go in the B tier for now. Up next, we got In-N-Out. I do not live West Coast. I've never had In-N-Out. I've heard it's fantastic. I've heard this is the one that would go up in like an S or an A tier. So In-N-Out, I've heard good things. I've never had it. Jack in the Box, I've heard things. I don't know if it's good or not. They have a lot of things on the menu. I've never had Jack in the Box. So I'm just going to put it in the never consume. Up next, we got KFC. I've only ever had a chicken sandwich from KFC, which honestly probably isn't really a good ranking because I feel like you should probably rank it off of the actual chicken itself. I'm still going to put it in C because it was a mid chicken sandwich. Like, it was very mid. So, sorry KFC. You're just going to go in the mid part. Oh, well, I'm going to put you in the B tier, actually. And the only reason why, not because I like the food, but because I really like Colonel Sanders, the mascot, because I think he's funny. Although Colonel Sanders is probably not, he probably doesn't have the greatest viewpoints. That would make sense. The Kentucky man? Sorry, Colonel Sanders, I thought about it. Even though you're funny, and wrestler Dolph Ziggler dressed up as you that one time and beat up The Miz, that was kind of funny. Still got to go in the C tier. McDonald's is up next. It is... I want to put it in B tier, but I don't think I can. Just because I see the other things in B tier, and I'm like, I would prefer those things over at McDonald's. McDonald's is alright, you know, it's okay. I feel like it's just fine, you know? That's why it's going in the C tier. It's just perfectly fine. I'll put it at the top of the C tier, but I'll put you ahead of Little Caesars. Up next, we got Panda Express. The Panda, it used to hit. It used to hit for me a while back. And then I feel like the go-to dish, I always do the fried rice with the 2 entrees. I guess that, what is that, a plate deal, whatever it is. I would always do either the teriyaki chicken or the orange chicken. It's a pretty solid meal. But then I feel like if they've been messing up the fried rice a lot lately. I don't know if they just got like a new recipe where they like super water it down. But every time I've been like super disappointed with the fried rice recently. And because of that, I gotta put you in C tier, big dog. So up next, we got the Papa. And the Papa is my go-to pizza lately because I'm an Orlando Magic fan. You put in the Magic win code and you get half off the pizza. So I've been going to Papa John's pretty frequently anytime the Magic win. And you know, in the decade prior to this year, it's been very infrequent when that happens because the Magic don't win a lot. But this year, we're winning a good bit. We got, as of today, we're in the first round. We play the Cleveland Cavaliers Game 7 today on May the 5th. And hopefully we beat them. I'll be a very happy camper if we beat them. This is the best Orlando team I've seen in my lifetime. By that, I mean I've definitely been alive for the Orlando team that made it to the finals, but I wasn't watching basketball then. I started watching like 2010, and we've never been this good. Not 2010, 2011? The 2010 to 2011 season. The very first year that LeBron was in Miami. Magic fan, you know? It's been rough. It's been really rough for the Magic. But you know what? Things are looking up for us. So I'm excited. Anyways, we got completely off track. I like the Papa. They got rid of the CEO, which, yeah, he did say some things that he probably shouldn't have said. And that's on him. You know, he can live with those mistakes. That's on the Papa. But my man Shaq is the new like little spokesperson guy for Papa, and I like Shaq. Shaq's pretty cool. He also played for Orlando. So granted, he didn't win a championship in Orlando. He got us to the finals, which is pretty sick. Didn't win a championship in Orlando, but that's okay because he went on to LA and he won some with LA. Then he won one with Miami. Then he went to Phoenix. Then he went to Cleveland. Then he went to Boston. Then he retired. What a career, Shaq. Anyways, we must move on. Up next is Pizza Hut. I'm feeling... See? Yeah. It's probably my least favorite of the four major pizza chains. I don't know. I feel like the other three just out Pizza the Hut, if you know what I mean, you know? Anyways, up next, we got Popeyes. I'm a big Popeyes guy. I think Popeyes is really solid. I am realizing that there is no Whataburger on this list. If there was a Whataburger on this list, it would go in S tier as well. But Popeyes, it's really good. They make a dang good chicken sandwich. They got, Popeyes takes a little bit. If you're in the drive-thru, it takes you a little bit to get your food. But I never mind the wait. I am absolutely perfectly fine with the wait because the food always comes out well. And if the food comes out good, it comes out well, comes out hot, comes out ready, and I'm a happy camper. And that's what Popeyes does. It's absolutely good food. The blackened chicken sandwich, good stuff. The regular chicken sandwich, good stuff. Popeyes, you get an S tier. Up next, we got Sonic, and do I want to put you at the end of C tier, or do I want to put you in the D tier? I'm going to put you at the end of C tier. You're not to the level of Arby's and Burger King. Sonic's alright. I'm not like the biggest Sonic person, but it's alright, It's not Burger King or Arby's. That's all I gotta say. I don't really have a go-to for Sonic, but half price shakes after 8, pretty solid. Up next, we got Subway. And even though it says eat fresh, I don't think it's fresh at all, man. They leave those. You ever get a meatball sub from there, man? They leave those meatballs out there for like a whole 10 hours. Now I'm good. Miss me with that. I feel like it really stepped down in quality. And then we won't talk about their spokesperson. Things happened with him. He's quite the fella. Not a good fella. He's a person. He's disgusting. Anyway, Subway, eat fresh? Nah. I do remember they had a commercial back in the day with Pele, soccer legend, Brazilian soccer legend, and anytime he would say Subway, eat fresh, instead of saying fresh, he would say flesh, and I always thought that was really funny. I don't know why. I always just, in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, Pele, if there was a zombie outbreak, he'd be patient zero, because he's eating flesh, That or he's a cannibal, and I don't think Pele is a cannibal, but I guess technically he would be if he became a zombie. I don't know. Subway's going in D tier for me. I don't like it anymore. It used to be a $5 footlong. Now it's $6 for half a sub. $6 for a 6-inch. What are we doing, Subway? The inflation is out of control. I'm gonna put White Castle. I don't know why I said White House. White Castle and Never Consumed because I don't want to end it on a Never Consumed. We might as well end it with two places that I actually enjoy. Taco Bell. You're getting in the A tier for me. I'm gonna put it in the S tier. I actually really like Taco Bell, even though it makes me feel really bad afterwards. But that's okay. That's what Taco Bell does. But Taco Bell, they used to have one of my favorite items, the Beefy Crunch Burrito, and sure, they don't have it anymore. They have it in a different form, but I think it's called a Beefy Melt Burrito, or maybe they changed the name of it again. I don't remember, but they do a good grilled cheese burrito. I like the quesadillas. And of course, the reason why I always go there, the Baja Blast, the nectar of the gods. It's, one of the best sodas ever created. That's kind of why I go to Taco Bell. If I ever go to Taco Bell, that's why I go. I have to get a Baja Blast. It's good stuff. And then we'll end it off with Wendy's. Wendizzle. Going right in the A tier for me. Wendy's is super convenient for me, and I like their meal deals. Now, I will say, most of their meals I feel are too overpriced, but their meal deals are really good. I don't think they have the 4 for $4 anymore, or maybe they do. I think they still have the fourth floor, but I always do like that $5 biggie bag where you get a chicken sandwich, the tiny one, not the good like big version, but you get the tiny one with the 4-piece nuggets, fries, and a drink, which I always do a strawberry Dr. Pepper. It's a good meal, and then because I always do it through the app, I have enough saved up coins that every now and then I'll get the Frosty with it for free. It's like $5, and then plus tax, it's like $5.36, and it's always a good meal for me. I'm always very pleasantly happy with it, and even if it's not the most well made, I understand because it's like it's not like their greatest items on the menu anyways. I understand. I pay what I understand what I'm getting. So yeah, Wendy's, you could go in the A tier. With that being said, I think that wraps up today's tier list. I like how the list looks. So if you ended up enjoying today's video, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps your boy out. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, and a comment down below. What do you think of my list? Is my taste in fast food trash? Probably. I don't know. But what would you rank in your S tier, and what would you rank in your D tier, and why is it Arby's? Why is Arby's ranked in your D tier, and why is it the absolute worst of all of the fast food places? We got the meats, you got the meats that I really don't want. But with that being said, I hope you all have an absolutely phenomenal rest of your day, phenomenal rest of your week, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.